start now, and others will definitely join here. I know Midsem was just there, and you guys are also busy with the Midsem. But let's start. Today, I wanted to discuss about a very important aspect that is about your term work. And before that, let's wait for other people so that they won't miss any of the information regarding midterm. So we are going to discuss regarding your midterm. But before that, let's do the revision of what we did previously. In the meanwhile, others will definitely join here. So in the previous session, you must have remembered that we had a discussion regarding ethical theories. We completed ethical theories module, and if let me give you a basic idea regarding what we did there in whole module. So in ethical theory, we started with basic ethical principles. There are 6 basic ethical principles, and we have seen all the principles one by one with some example as well. So that was discussed previously in the previous module, ethical theories, and afterwards we also have seen moral development theory, where there are 3 moral development theory provided by different people. Like first theory was provided by Jean Piaget, and it was known as Piaget's theory, where the main focus was given on the child. So, how child is developing their moral duties, moral theories, moral standards. There, the main focus was. And afterwards, we have seen that the next theory was provided by Kohlberg, who was critics of the Jean Piaget, where he found that Jean Piaget is not focusing on other aspect like adult, and because of that, he provided his own theory where he considered child as well as adult, and that was known as Kohlberg's theory. Afterwards, even Kohlberg was having some loopholes, like he haven't did research on female, and that's why one of his critic, Gilligan, provided her own theory, where the main focus was on female emotions, um, then relationship. Those are the aspects. Based on that, she provided her own theory, which was focusing on female. So that was all 3 theory that moral development part was focusing on. Later on, we also had seen ethical theories. In the ethical theories, we have seen 10 ethical theories. So uh, let's get few idea regarding all these 10 theories. First one was deontology, where main focus was on duty and principle. It was provided by Immanuel Kant, and it was known as Kantian theory as well. Further, the second theory was provided by second theory was named as utilitarianism, and it was provided by John Stuart Mill and John Carter. And he made this theory where the main focus was on maximum number of people are getting maximum number of benefit. So that was the main message: maximum good to maximum number of people, and it was also known as consequentialism, as we have seen. Afterwards, there was the third theory, which was virtue theory, provided by Aristotle, where the main focus was given on the characteristic of a person who is performing the action. And there we took the example of your favorite movie, Dark Knight. So you can definitely now recall that. Afterwards, we have seen the fourth theory, which was focusing on rights. That was known as rights theory. One can definitely work as per his or her rights, and that is the ethical way. But at the same time, one should also have to consider that you are not going to violate somebody else's rights. So that is the main message of rights theory. Then the fifth one was casuist theory, where it is saying that learning from the past similar experience can also help in solving the current ethical problem. So that was the main message. Then moral absolutism was the sixth theory. It was saying that there should be only one right perspective in any of the matter, regardless of any of the context as well. While the opposite theory was moral relativism, where it is focusing that one can have a different opinion. So there is no wrong answer. That was the main message. Afterwards, moral pluralism. It says that in one particular situation, there can be a different options as well. Option number one, option number two, likewise. And sometimes this ethical options can come into conflict with each other. So that was the point of view of moral pluralism. And with the help of some example, we have also understood that theory. If you remember, there we discussed regarding Inspector Vijay's story. So it was also one of the dilemma that we can consider. Afterwards, we had a discussion on theory number 9, where it is focusing on ethical egoism, where self-interest is given more priority. One should have to act according to his or her own interests, and that is the ethical way. And we have seen that though many of the ethicists are not agreeing with that, where they are also arguing that this is not focusing on other people's welfare. So that is part missing, and that's why many of the ethicists are not having a common point of view regarding ethical egoism. The 10th theory, it was focusing on female, and it was focusing on emotions, and it is known as feminist consequentialism, where the relationship emotions are given more priority. And we also have seen one activity where at the end you have to match some of the situation with the given theory. So this is the recap of what we did previously. I wanted to have a discussion on this term work, but I think there are only 24 people, and others are might be busy or they are not aware that we are having sessions. So we'll discuss on this term work later on when I'll find suitable number of people are there. So let me now start with one thing that is about our next topic, so that in the meanwhile, when others are going to be here, we can definitely discuss on that. So let me start our PPT of next topic, and we'll definitely discuss on this. Okay, so our next topic is focusing on responsibility and rights of a professional. So we do know that all of us are having different rights. Some of the rights are provided by our society. Some of the rights are also provided by our law system, and it is also known as constitutional rights. And at the same time, we are also having some of the rights and responsibility whenever we are working. So this is the aspect that we are going to discuss. We are going to discuss about the rights and responsibility of a professional. Uh, with, in here, we are going to have case studies. So first, we are going to take the help of two case study. I'll give you some time to read those case study, and afterwards, we'll also discuss about one by one questions, so that we can also get the idea. And afterwards, after completing those case study, we'll also find out the appropriate solution. Uh, there are few appropriate solution if some of the rights are violated, so that we are going to check. So let's start with case number one. Yeah, this is the case number one. You can definitely read this. It is just a small case, and after you finish your reading, we'll go for one by one question. I'll give you some time. Finish your reading. After you finish your reading, we'll definitely go for our questions. It won't take more time. Just two paragraphs are there. Whenever you finish your reading, you can definitely notify me in the chat box so that we can move for our questions. Okay, what I'll do is, in the meanwhile, I'll also tell you what is happening here in the case. So this is the case about one person, JR, where JR is working in one of the organization, one of the university, CCVU, that is the name. So this university promoted JR in the vice president post, and now JR is looking. He's working as the vice president of purchase department. So here there is a requirement of purchasing few computers, and JR is also having a one son who is working in Italy Computer. That's the name of the organization. And what is the normal procedure in this organization, CCVU? That whenever some purchase requirement is there, we are calling for a normal bidding procedure. In normal bidding procedure, many of the parties are going to quote some of the amounts, and if they found that this is the suitable one and the products are also acceptable, we are going to purchase from that. But here, as JR is the vice president, and he is also having one of his son who is working in Delhi Computer. So what he did was he canceled the normal bidding process, and he gave this contract directly to the Delhi Computer so that his son can get the benefit. And few figures are also noted down here in the case study. It is saying that Deadly Computer charged per PC $3,500, which was a big amount, while at the same time, other company, IBM, they were charging just $2,000 per PC price. So now you can also check that per computer there was a higher price of 1,500 paid, and definitely it can be avoided, but normal procedure was not followed, and vice president gave the contract to his son's company, and that's why it was observed. There was one local vendor of Deadly Computer, and he also raised an objection that why university did this kind of thing. And now we are going to see the questions. Okay, so let's see the questions. The first question is this: since JR was over the purchasing department and had financial decision authority, so should purchasing have done through the normal bidding routine? Yes, your opinion can be accepted, but here, what I'll do is, for all this question, one by one, I'll also provide the answer so that you can get the idea, because that is kind of part of our term work as well. So you will definitely get the idea. Everybody can have their different opinion. So here, somebody will say that normal procedure should have to be acceptable, even though VP is there. Somebody is there on the VP's position, and he's having all the authority. But if you look at the corporate side, corporate is sometimes giving the authority to modify some of the rules, and it is given to many of the people. So here, if we look at the legal aspect and company's aspect, JR is actually not wrong, but many of the people will definitely say that there should be have to have a normal procedure, because here JR just gave direct contract to the Tiddy Computer where his son is working. So that should not have to be done. It should have to be avoided there. While on the other aspect, the next question is this. It is saying that is it acceptable for a VP to bypass the normal routine to do the business with a family member? We are aware that there is a big nepotism which is happening in Bollywood and in many other industry as well. This kind of thing, which we observed in the case, it is known as corporate nepotism. Why? Because a favorable situation is provided to some party without checking the fact that there are also other party which are associated. So this is also known as corporate nepotism, where the VP just gave the contract to his son's company, and that's why he violated. Now, third question was this: was JR's decision not to request bids an ethical choice? So if we think from the ethical side, then definitely it is not so ethical. But some people may argue that why not to favor our nearby person or a close one, because they are nothing did wrong. There was a requirement of having computer, and he just got those computer from his son's company. So actually he did purchase, so there was not wrong. So people can have a different opinion. You can also have your opinion, And that's why we are also going to have case study as a part of our term work so that we can get to know about your understanding, your point of view. Now, next question was this, that what should the college purchase agent do? So normal agent, if a person is not having any one who is working in the other organization or having any contact with the other guy, then definitely a normal agent will follow the procedure. So that should be the task which a person can do it. Further, should anyone else in CCVU have any interest in this activity? So far, as we have seen the case, there was nothing mentioned, but we can definitely say that even the small decision regarding any of the thing, if you look at the one side where this contract was directly given to the Italy competitor without checking the bidding price, where IBM was offering 1,500 less compared to the Italy competitor. So overpriced was definitely paid in this purchase, and this is kind of cost to the company. So as a VP, JR could have avoided this, but he just wanted to give contract to his son so that his son can get a bonus, some kind of incentive, some kind of commission from the organization where he is working. So that should have to be avoided. And these are the question. And if we look at the further, so further aspect is also saying like this, that has Italy's Cripple Creek franchise. You must have noticed it in the last paragraph. This is the local franchise owner. He raised his objection. So was he wrong here? We have to check. So actually he is not wrong. He is expecting that normal procedure should have to be followed. So raising a voice regarding any kind of unethical act is not wrong. Even it is noticed that wrong thing happened. So he can definitely raise his voice. He can definitely raise his objection. So he was actually not wrong. Now, looking at the other aspect, let's go further. Should Jim, the son of JR, have made the sale, received a commission otherwise as well? No, because here JR just gave him favor. As a son, he got this favor. If he could have approached the company on a routine basis, and if he can provide the good service and a lower price, he could have get the same sale. If the company is having that norms that only a normal bidding procedure should have to be followed, so he could have done in that way too. Now we'll go for case study number 2. Yeah. This is also a small case study. Here, I will require your opinion, your answer. So all of you are requested to first read the case properly so that whenever we are going for the question answer, you can definitely give us your opinion. So I'll give you some time. It is also a small case. It won't take more time, but still, let me give you 2 or 3 minutes more. After you finish your reading, you can definitely tell me in chat box. And then here you are going to reply me what would be the proper solution. And then definitely now I'm thinking that there are 35 people, so we can discuss about term work as well. But now I think we'll discuss about term work in last 15-20 minutes. So first we'll now focus on this new topic only, rights and responsibility. Now last 1 minute left, guys. Finish quickly so that we can go for questions and your response, your answers as well. Yeah, when you finish, you can definitely tell me in chat box. For earlier case, I noticed that Mano replied. Guys, done? Now, even I gave the enough time for this reading. It is just a small case. So now we are going for one by one questions, and you can definitely reply in the chat box. So let's go for it. Yeah, let's see the question. So it is saying that should Marian quit? What could be the answer from your side? What do you think? Should Marian quit because of the incident? She was very upset because of one incident which was there in the case. So, what could be the correct answer? Nidhi replied no. Bharti, Manav, they are also saying no. Why do you think that she should not have to quit? Even Aditya is also saying no. Mohammed is also saying no. Right? No, she should fight back. That is the answer that Vidhi is saying. Krunal is saying no too. Great. Okay, so now we'll go for question number 2. Let's see how many of you are going to reply here with your thinking. So let's go for it. It's saying that are co-workers correct in their evaluation? They made a comment on this Mariam. They did that she is not appropriate for our office. So are they right in their evaluation? Okay, Bharti Singh, as mentioned, no, as mentioned, she is top graduate, definitely. So yes, that's one answer. Even other things you can also relate here. Vidhi Singh, no, they were jealous of her. That's why. Okay, and that's why their evaluation is not so correct. Definitely. Vidhi Singh, no, she is equally qualified. Definitely. Yeah, we are seeing girls' power here. Great. I am very happy. In previous classes, we were seeing less girls' participation. Why not? If this is a kind of case that you are going to face, we should have to be mentally ready as well. That this is a hypothetical case, but you can definitely relate that it could happen with anyone. So girls should have to participate, and I am very happy with your responses. Uh, yeah. So many of the girls are saying that no, they are not right. They are also giving reason. So all of your reasons are very much acceptable. Why? Because in the case already it is mentioned that she is top graduate from Loyola University, and she also performed above the standards. There was one program, training program, and she also performed. She proved herself there as well. So that was also criteria, and she is also enjoying the work. If somebody is working properly, then one can definitely enjoy the work as well. So everything was good. So they are these co-workers who made the comment on Marian's performance or in her evaluation. So they are actually wrong. Let's go for third question. They saying that should Marian confront the co-workers? What do you suggest? Should She go there and tell them that what you are talking to me, talking about me. Let's confront that. What is your reason? Why you are feeling like this? Mohammed is saying yes, definitely. Yeah. What about uh, other people? Give me your response. Do you think that she should have to go to those co-workers who made this kind of remarks on her and can clarify that why you are saying this to me? Bharti is saying yes, she should. Manav is also saying yes, sir. Vidhi is saying yes, she should give them clarity. Great. Okay. Do you think that it can result in a negative side somewhere, or no, no possibility of anything negative? This is the one solution. Even I will definitely give you different questions, and we'll also check your answer there. Nidhi saying that yes, she should once talk confidently. Okay, nice. Bharti Singh, she can make them understand, okay, by presenting the fact that, see, this is my degree. I am top graduate from this university. Even I performed well. You are aware about this. This is a training program which is part of our company policy, and I am performing very well. So that's how one can. So now let's go for. These are different people's opinion. Even in the previous class, I got the opinion that no, she should not have to, because uh, there are many people who are going to even talk about her performance and evaluation. So it can it, if she is going to get upset just by this remarks, then how she can survive? She should have to ignore. So there was the answer, which was also appropriate one, because that is your answer, and yeah, we are just taking your opinion. Okay, let's go for next. The next question is this: that should Marian go to the supervisor about this incident? Nidhi Singh, not much explanation required because she is qualified enough. That's why she is there. Definitely. Nice answer, Nidhi. Yeah. Now, give me answer for this question. Should Mariam go to the supervisor that uh, this is the thing happening behind me on my back? People are talking about this thing. And should Mariam complain that I want to register a complaint about this kind of incident? What is your opinion, guys? Are you guys thinking, or you are writing? I don't know. Yeah. Not that won't work. Okay, so Nidhi is saying no, that won't work. Bharti is saying that she should try to solve it by herself first. Okay, yeah, there are two responses that we got. Vidhi saying that I agree with Bharti. So same reply that she should try to solve it by herself first. Yeah, nice. And let's go for next question as well. And next is this: what else could Marian do? The first, you majority of you already accepted that she should confront those people who made the comment about her. That is the one way. What else she could do? Think and provide your opinion. Okay, so let me give you answer. Though the case was not so much problematic, but sometimes female can face problematic situation too. So we are definitely going to see the solutions as well. Nidhi Singh that ignore them and work best to prove them. Okay, that's the one. Bharti Singh that she can try to connect with the people she is working with so that they could get to know her abilities as well. Okay, nice answer. Both of you are giving a nice answer. So now let's go for the next part. So this was not so big problematic situation, but we can definitely see that in organization, one can definitely face a much bigger problem too. So there is a one concept that whistleblower. Whistleblower is kind of a person or a group of person. They are part of the organization. They are working for the betterment of the organization. And whistleblowers' main job is to identify where unfair thing is happening, where misconduct is happening. And if they are able to identify that this is the thing that are requiring changes or some kind of policy is needed or some correction must be needed, so whistleblower can take a steps, few rights are given to them, and they can definitely raise a voice and tell that this is the thing which is happening and we should have to stop. So we are going to discuss about whistleblower in our next session in detail, that what are the types of whistleblower and what are their main responsibility in detail. But there was one guy, there is actually one guy, Edward Snowden, and you can definitely do a Google regarding Edward Snowden. He was earlier working with the secret agency of American government, CIA. We are very much aware about it, and he found that some of the things were not so much appropriate, and because of that, he made some of the secret document publicly, and so that other people can get the attention regarding it. So he played a role of whistleblower there, and this is a great example. We are also going to discuss about whistleblower concept in our next session in detail with the types as well. What other thing can be done? So whistleblower is one kind of solution. Other thing is Vishaka guideline. This is particularly for female, but let me discuss a background regarding Vishaka guideline. There was no particular rules regarding women working in the organization. There was no rules regarding their safety or anything previously. So there was a case which happened in Rajasthan in 1997, and the case was very a big issue. And there was NGO Vishaka, and they were also supporting the girl, and that's why Supreme Court also took the interest in that case. And after that, Supreme Court provided a few guidelines that uh, corporate world should have to observe. So the guidelines are saying that all workplaces should have an appropriate complaint mechanism with a complaint committee, special counselor, or other supervisor service. So this is one of the needed thing that all the organizations should have to find out the complaint mechanism, whether they are going for offline complaint, online complaint, what. So they are having complete freedom, but there should be have some kind of mechanism there. Second is saying that a woman must head the complaint committee, and no less than half its members should have to be women. So it is also suggesting that there should be one head, one boss, which should have to be only female. Female should have to be boss there of that committee, and that committee is going to look for the solution part. Should have to go for investigation, find the appropriate solution. Those kind of work a committee should have to do, and in that committee, more than 50 members, because it is saying that not less than half, so at least 50% members should have to be a female. So that was the main requirement. And afterward, it is saying that the committee should include NGO or individual familiar with the issue of sexual harassment. You, all of us are very much aware that sexual harassment is a big problematic situation. So to avoid them, there should be some people who are having the proper sense regarding all this situation. So NGO or individual with the familiar of that sexual harassment issue should have to be included in the committee as well. Then it is saying that the compliance procedure must be time bound. So it should not have to be a long process. It should have to consider that there should be this is the time limit, and we are going to find the solution within this time limit only. We are aware that many times our law system is taking a longer period of time in identifying their proper judgment. But here, in this case, while a company is having this kind of complaint committee, they should have to have a time-bound procedure for any kind of cases. Next one, it is saying that confidentiality must be maintained. One should not have to reveal that this is the thing which is happening. Confidentiality is the priority. Next is compliance or witness should not be experienced victimization or discrimination during the process. So this is also one of the priority that many times a complaint who registered a complaint can experience that many of the bad things are happening with them. They are also getting a threat, so it should have to be avoided as well. And committee should have to ensure that they are not going to get target about this kind of thing. Next is about a law. While, as I told you that earlier, there was no particular law regarding women's safety at the workplace. After that, in 2013, this is we are talking about India. That in India, after that, a particular law was made to protect the women's right, and here the main focus was given that it should have to handle the grievances of women across all formal and informal employment, including clients, customers, domestic workers, contract employees, volunteers, probationers, trainees, interns, and applies to all the workplaces, including non-traditional setup too. Even though there are part-time workers, even though there are people who are just they are not working with you, but they are your customer. So if there is something which is happening unappropriate with them, so they are also included under this act. What are the remedies? So one by one, we'll discuss that a woman who has experienced harassment can directly launch a complaint with the police. Second is saying that it is mandatory for the police to register an FIR without delay. Third is saying that the compliance statement is always recorded by a woman officer or in the presence of woman police. Or is saying that if the police props find the compliant compliant employer's internal committee did not do its job, the company management and the panel members are liable to face penal action too. So last point was also important that even though many of the companies are having their own committee, complaint committee, and let's say that the person who is a victim, they found that they are still not satisfied and they are not properly doing it. So they are also liable. The whole company and the committee members are also liable, and they can face the legal actions as well by the police. So these are the two solutions. Though our case was not so severe, it was not so problematic, but many times we have seen that this kind of harassments are happening with the girl. So that's why it was very important to discuss about Visakha guideline and the Women at Workplace Act 2019, prevention, prohibition, and redressal. So it was very important. Okay, now, guys, I think there are enough number of people so that we can discuss about our term work. So let me take you to our term work. Yeah. So now we are going to discuss about the professional ethics term work. First, this is a very important task. So pay your attention 100%, and if you are facing any kind of doubt, query is there, you can definitely ask me. So let's discuss about this. In the introduction lecture, I already mentioned that our professional ethics course is of 100 marks. It is one credit course. In 100 marks, uh, this is bifurcation that we are going to have 50 marks for Viva. And all of you are aware that Viva generally we are taking at the end of the semester. So Viva is going to be there at the end of semester when we finish our semester. The next aspect is also important, that is a term work. A term work is also contributing 50 marks, so a 50%. Now, how we are going to take your term work? The first, there are two parts that both of the parts are very much required. So first is about case study. Case study you can do in individual only. So this is the main point. Case study you are required to do alone, individually, with your opinion only. And case study is not a new thing. We just have seen in today's session as well, how a case study should have to be. You will find that we'll discuss about case study in next slide in detail. And next part is definitely presentation. Presentation you can do in individual or in a group mode. So you are having choice whether to work alone, like individual you want to go for presentation, or you want to work in a group. And presentation, we are not going to take live presentation there. We are going to discuss about both of them in detail. Let's go for first aspect, that is case study. So yes, no, this is about presentation. Yeah. So this is the case study. There will be 5 cases which I already uploaded. You can definitely check. I just uploaded all the case study in your login portal. You are not required to study all the case. Only one case you have to select, whichever you find as appropriate. You find that this is the suitable one for me. So out of this 5 cases, actually I uploaded 6. So you are having now 6 options. So there are 6 options which are already uploaded. All the cases are there in your login portal, and you have to select only one case of this. Like we have seen the case here in, there are 2 cases that we have seen. Likewise, you will find a small case will be there, and at the end of that case, you will find few questions. So what you have to do is you just have to write down your solution part. That means question will be there. You just need to provide the solution regarding that case in your own words, and then you have to submit to me in a PDF or Word file, whatever you find is suitable, and you can submit that to me by email. You are having my email ID. Once again, I'll provide the email ID, so you can send that case study in the form of email. That's the requirement. For this, the deadline is 15th September. And you must have noticed that it is not going to take a longer period of time. A small 2 or 3 paragraphs will be there, and at the end, you just need to write down your own solution. It won't take hardly 30 minutes. So not a big task, but still submit that on or before 15th, because that's our deadline. Yeah, talking about the presentation. In presentation also, these are the fixed topics, 5 topics, but out of 5, only one you have to select, as it is already there. Let's select one out of this 5. And most of the topics are already discussed. Like first one is talking about ethics, morals, and values that we already discussed as a first module. Then moral dilemma. There are few moral dilemmas that as a part of case study, theories we have seen. Then professionalism. Many of the sessions are also discussed about professionalism previously. Then ethical theories that we just completed. 10 ethical theories are there. You can choose anyone, discuss in detail with some of the appropriate example. You can do your research as well. The 5th one is responsibilities and rights of the professional. The first session we just conducted. If you want to skip this, you can. Otherwise, you can definitely do the research. We just completed the first part of rights and responsibility in today's session. So likewise, you can definitely discuss with the help of few Google search, and you can make a PPT here. First task is to make a PPT, and after making a PPT, you can record yourself, where you need to record your voice. If you find that your face is also appropriate, you are not having any problem with that, you can definitely record your face as well, so that we can get the idea that this is you. So voice is the minimum requirement. If you want to record your face as well, that is also fine. So in your video, there should be a PPT screen as well as your voice, as if you find yourself also as appropriate, so you can also record yourself. There are many things which are available, like you are aware about Zoom. That software is also providing that facility. Even Google Meet that we are using for our online classes, that is also going to give you a facility of recording yourself a presentation. So you have to record, and then I'll share one folder, a Google Drive link with all of you. And in that folder, which is going to mention your class name, you have to paste that video, your recorded video. You have to upload there. And this won't even take more time. And for this also, 15th September is the deadline. Now, if you are having any query or doubt, you can definitely ask me. If something is troubling you, something you missed, definitely you can ask me. We'll repeat. So is it clear, everyone? There are two things that we need, that we require as a part of your term work. First is case study. All the cases are already uploaded. Select one case and write down your solution. Second is the presentation. Prepare a PPT out of these 5 topics which are mentioned here. Only one topic. And make a PPT, make a video recording where you are also explaining few points. So that's how you are going to uh, do your term work. So guys, any doubt? Is it clear, everyone? Even I uploaded this PPT in your login portal. So if you want to refer the name of the topics, you can definitely refer there as well. So any query regarding anything, regarding PPT, regarding audio, video, case study, whatever. So you can definitely ask me. If it is clear, then I can get the idea. Aditya is saying that, sir, if possible, can we extend the deadline for one more week? Yeah, Aditya, it is. I'm aware about your mid-sem exam. Uh, let's do one thing. Let's keep 5 more days. That means 20th. Let's keep 20th as your deadline. 20th September. Okay. Yeah, it is agreeing with that. Yeah. So for I already explained the deadline. So all of you refer 20th as the deadline. Done. Yeah. So welcome, Bharti, Patik, Arpit. I think you replied previously. So clear, everyone. For this is just a small task. It is not a big task. And yes, avoid duplication, because I am going to uh, check all the answers of your case study as well as your presentation. So don't copy from each other. And as I told you, the case study should have to be individual work. There you cannot work in group, but in presentation you can work in a group. And there is also a limitation in a group. If you are working, then not more than 4 members, as already I missed this. Yeah, this is the line that you need to consider. If you are working in a group, then not more than 4 members are acceptable. So less than 4 members acceptable, like you and your friend, only 2 members are there in a group. That is fine for me. 3 members are fine, 4 members are fine, but not more than 4. Okay, done, guys. Is it clear? If you are having any doubt, do ask me. If not, then we can proceed for our attendance part. So reply here if you are clear. If you are not having any doubt, give me indication that yes, you understood. Yeah, this is saying no doubt. Yeah, Bharti is also saying clear. Mohammed is saying case study mail. You won't get any mail for case study. Case studies are already uploaded in your login portal. You can find in MEFJI login. So everything is uploaded. The cases are there. Yeah, thank you for wishing this happy Teachers Day. Yeah. Riddhi, Tushar, Patik, they are also clear. Shubham, Mohammed, all of them are clear. So now let's go for, yeah, Yeshang is also clear. Let's go for our attendance. So let me first activate the Google form and let me provide the link. Yeah. So guys, the Google form link is pasted in your chat box. You are requested to go on this Google form, mark your attendance, and after that, you're free. In case you are having any doubt, I'm still here so that we can discuss about your doubt and solution. And if you are facing any trouble with the Google form or attendance, you can definitely tell me. There is a time. I will deactivate the Google form after a few minutes. So quickly mark your attendance, and so that you will not miss your attendance. We'll close our meeting if nobody is going to face any trouble. But I'm here. The Google form link is there for your attendance. You can definitely mark. But I'm here. If somebody is facing any trouble, that person can definitely notify me. I will find the solution. And have a happy weekend to all of you. Yeah, your midsem is going on, so definitely all the best to all of you. Perform well, get a good score there. Yeah, Bharti, welcome and thank you for wishing this. Happy Teachers Day. Thank you. Okay, guys, so we'll meet in next session. I'm now ending this meeting as nobody is having any doubt. So let's go for the ending.